Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful work.
He has a notable career in commercial real estate, and he has been honored by his peers, having received the Commercial Brokers Society Distinguished Leadership Award. He is nothing if not generous and charitable. For more than 20 years, he was on the board of Long Island American Cancer Society, and he helped raise millions of dollars in the hope of finding cure for cancer. He was a catalyst in creating in Nassau County smoking ban that has only gained traction throughout the United States since then. He is very energetic, charismatic, and passionate person. Anything he does and he touches. In 2019, he helped found the Volunteer Voices for Truth and Humanity, for which we are gathering here tonight. Please join me in welcoming Voices Board President, Jack Britwin.
Hi, welcome everybody. First of all, I'd like to have all veterans please stand. If you're a veteran, please stand. I've never had the honor, and I'm not sure that I would have the ability, but I guess you develop the ability. And there's one person, a new board member, recent board member, the most recent I'd say, of Voices, that started out saying that I don't think I can do it. I can't talk to people, I can't ask for people anything, and I explained, when you realize that you're doing it for other people and you're not doing it for yourself, after a while it'll click in and you'll be able to ask, and then it's going to get to the point to where you won't be able to stop asking because you realize you're trying to help them, okay, and that they need to realize that. So just have a small acknowledgement to Gary Glick, one of the head Jewish war veterans. Just a little something to surprise him. He couldn't do it. Now he can't stop doing it. For our 2019 Remembrance Award dinner, for the first time, we gave out the Good Guy Award, which went out right over there to Don Johansson, who was with the American Cancer Society for over 30 years, raised millions of dollars for him, did so much for other organizations, and no one never acknowledged him. They never honored him. He wouldn't want to be acknowledged or whatever, but we made sure that we embarrassed him and we honored him. Last year, November, really no one really, came up over there that said, wow, this person, they slip by. No one's paying attention. And all of a sudden it just came to me that there's somebody that no matter what anybody asks for, if it's for a good cause, he jumps up and he gives of himself. He has a huge network and he just keeps giving no matter what it is. And I've never heard of him being honored. I've never heard of him getting any recognition. And he probably knows because it's in the journal, but he had no idea coming here today. Please come up, Mr. Jeff Weiner. And he's a big Met fan. He donated tickets out there without even asking. And you got a Mike Piazza.
Very cool. Thank you. So I'm wearing this mask because my daughter's getting married next Saturday, and she said, if you're going out in public, you better wear a mask. So that's why. I'm stunned. I had no idea this was happening, so I really didn't prepare anything. But I obviously have to thank my wife, Helene, because without her support in the business and giving me the time to do fundraising with my organization, I wouldn't be doing this. I have an organization called Five and Alive, which is in honor of my daughter, who's a stage 4 Hodgkin's cancer survivor, that we started fundraising 5 years ago. And thanks to a lot of people here and just people I know, this year we just passed raising $1.2 million for nonprofits. I don't know what else to say. I've always done fundraising, and to me, giving back, because I'm very blessed and everything is great, and so I really appreciate the honor, and thank you.
In 1981, I canvassed a customer, Frequency Electronics, and the CEO and chief scientist and 10 of the different titles. His name was Martin Block, and I was in the business for only 4 years, and for some reason he either took a liking to me or didn't know what he was doing and hired me, and he made a mistake. And until about 4 years ago, I never knew he was a Holocaust survivor. And we're having lunch one day, and he asked me if I ever saw the movie Defiance. And I said, yes. And afterwards he said, come back to the office, and on his desk he has a DVD of Defiance. He said, that's me. I said, what do you mean that's you? He said, I was the youngest Belevsky partisan. I said, what? And he starts telling me about his brother, Sam Block, who was one of the people responsible for the Holocaust Museum in Washington and other endeavors. And Sam had passed away. You can see in the journal a note about Sam's life. And Martin said that he is going to, forever, speak out about the Holocaust, speak about what needs to be done, speak about what he went through, speak about what others have gone through, to educate. And it's my pleasure to call up right now Mr. Martin Block.
I had a tradition with my brother who was always raising funds for various causes that a speaker should be limited to 3 minutes. So I'm going to do my best. Just a short introduction to my life. I was in a Belsky triad. I was 5 years old, and when the war was finished, I was just younger of 10. And if I weren't in the Belskis, I wouldn't be here, since, as you know, most Jewish boys did not have the opportunity to survive the Holocaust at this point. I lecture a great deal on 2 subjects. One is space timing navigation, which is my professional specialty, and the second, which is an obligation which I promised my brother, and this that I will continue in his footsteps, is to keep everybody aware on what happened to the Holocaust and what happened during the Second World War, and the ignorance that exists in the United States and probably the whole world. And I'll give you one simple example. I gave a lecture 2 years ago in the Catholic schools in Baltimore to 300 students, 8th through 12th grade. And I asked them how much they know about the Second World War on this point, and 9 or 10 kids, raised their hands because it's fun to challenge the speaker. And I established a rapport with young people. I'm very lucky that way. And one says, 1 million people were killed during the Second World War. And the other says, you don't know what you're talking about. 3 million people were killed in the Second World War. And that brings me to my challenge and why I'm speaking here. Because I think it's very important to teach the next generation on the risk of the unknown. And I'm sure that many people over here don't realize that in addition to the 6 million Jews and 5 million other innocent minorities that were murdered during the war, the total casualties of the Second World War was 70 million people. That's more than the population of England. And I think it's imperative that the next generation be educated and be aware that they have to safeguard the future if they want to have a peaceful existence in the area. So I will continue in my mission to lecture to schools, and at the same time, of course, I can't give up my electronics because that's my first love. I'm very happy to say that my whole family is involved in the project. Tatiana is a member of the board on this. Anna Sophia has been involved in Holocaust project in the museum, and my oldest daughter and granddaughter went to Bergen-Belsen because me and Tatiana unfortunately couldn't go. We got COVID just a week before, so we couldn't go in this area. But the basic idea, which I want to call everybody's attention, it is imperative to realize that the inhumanity of man to man is unbelievable. Berlin was one of the brightest cities in 1922 on this, and then within a period of 10 years it became the center for manslaughter of 70 million people. So we can see, if we let our guards down, that we can pay a very heavy price in a very short period of time. So I'd urge everybody that can, is basically to make sure that we remember the 6 million Jews in the Holocaust and the 5 million others that were perished on this, and to be on guard and make sure that we do our best to prevent the future to be brighter for our next generation. Thank you all. My limit is 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see all of you here briefly this evening. The beautiful individuals who you saw on that video a moment ago are the wonderful residents of our assisted living facility known as Fay J. Lindner Residences, and we're very proud to have them as members of our community. I'd want to just say a couple of thanks first. Angel Cepeda, he and I have a past life and a history and a friendship, and it's been very nice to reunite with Angel recently, as he's a very important town official in the town of Huntington, and Gerwin is in the town of Huntington. So thank you, Angel, for all of your support for all that we do. It's very important to us. But at a lunch a few months ago, Angel introduced me to Jack Britvan, and I was very moved by what Jack spoke about with regard to Voices for Truth and Humanity and what you're all about. We share a very similar mission at Gerwin in taking care of those who are often been affected by adverse events in their lives, whether it be health or situations such as the Holocaust. So very much appreciate all that you do. And I'm here representing, a very important system that takes care of the community, and appreciate all of your support, and it's great seeing many wonderful friends here this evening. We happen to have, on that video, you saw several of those, again, beautiful residents of our community. 2 of them are here this evening, and I just want to point them out if they give us a wave. Herman Gans. Herman? Everyone loves Herman, and Herman is very happy to have a change of pace and have different food tonight. So, Herman, please send him home with some food. And also, the lovely Celia Borenstein is here. Celia, give us a wave. Celia is literally adorable and has a wonderful driving spirit that she's had her whole life. These individuals and those who spoke on that video have had very difficult times in their lives and have suffered great horrors and tragedy. And yet they're here, and we're able to honor them and really acknowledge all that they've been through in their lives. And what's most important for all of us is truly that we never forget. So thank you all for being here and for allowing us to serve as a sponsor this evening. This is such a wonderful cause. Thank you so much.
Okay? All right, guys.
Jerusalem of gold, Amir Hadim Salul Kayani, Verea Orani, Nisa Beruach Arba'i, Im Kol Ba'am, ובתרדמת אילן ואבן, שבויה בחלומה. העיר אשר בדד יושבת, ובליבה חומה. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. My simple voice cannot acclaim thee, too weak the words I use. Jerusalem, if I forget thee, may my right hand its power lose. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. That was the Six-Day War. After 19 years where Jerusalem was not in our hands. And I had a few hits in those days, and one of them is called Sharm el-Sheikh, the Strait of the Red Sea. Egypt, Nasser used to be the ruler of Egypt, and he drove away the UN observers and he made a blockade on this Straits of the Red Sea. So Israel went south to break the blockade, and on the road, 3 of our soldiers, including myself, wrote that song, The Road to Sharm el-Sheikh. גדול הוא הלילה ולך מחייך, חזרנו עם בוקר אל שארם א-שייח, עברנו בלילה בים אוהב, ובאנו עם בוקר אל כוכבי צהר, עד שארם א-שייח. חזרנו אל העיר שלי, היא הרבה ליבנו, ליבנו תמיד. I walk in the darkness, my steps in the sand. I'm walking in silence, a soldier again. The tanks keep on moving, the cannon still roars, and some men are dying. There will be some more. Oh, Sharm el-Sheikh, you harbor of sand and of sea, you tell us why now, why this has to be. עולנו הבוקר בחוף אלמוגים, ראשו במים ספינות דייגים, יורד לו הערב, מביא עוד חלום, מביא על המים תקווה לשלום. עד שארם א-שייח חזרנו אל Who's that? You know all the good songs, all the hits. All right, let's see what's in it. Hallelujah, thou art. Hallelujah, היום של עולם. במילה אחת בודדה, הלב מלא בהמון תודה, והולם גם הוא, איזה עולם נפלא. הללויה, עם השיר